The time is 12:14, and you're tuned into the mid-morning talk with me, Fazila Isaac, on Salam Media. Don't forget to engage with us on our social media platforms on WhatsApp 061 766 0355, Facebook www.facebook.com/Salam Media, and our streaming platform www.salammedia.com. We are joined by Ghali Idrisi, Sister Sophia, and Regine, all the way in Morocco, speaking to us about the exhibition. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Fazila. How are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting us.
So let's get straight into a brief introduction of all three of you and what is your role with the exhibition. We can start with you, Ghali.
Oh, hi, my name is Ghali Idrissi, and I'm the vice president of the Ababu Foundation here in Morocco. And with my dear friend Regine, we decided to create an event in Morocco about climate change, an art exhibit. And instead of talking, and we wanted something special and different, so we thought about doing art and climate, like how can we express the climate issues through art instead of just speeches. And yeah.
Regine?
Yeah, so Gali is our local partner organizer here in Morocco. But as you may know, in the previous interviews that we did together, we've kind of been really focusing on Asia TV on the creative industries. So previously, we launched the Asia Africa SDGE Museum, which became the digital part of the exhibit, where we had digital entries from NFT artists and other like online content creators who submitted, and we shared during the program, and we will continue to share in our next events. And also, with the International Youth Center and our other partners in Asia, we've been organizing some art murals, like related mini art exhibits, and performances. Like in the Philippines, we were inspired by UNESCO Artists for Peace. They did an SDG art festival for climate change and peace. So this is more a bit more focused. Creativerse, it's more focused on climate action and with the use of visual art. But maybe inshallah in the next events it will be could be about we were thinking women, right?
Yeah.
Maybe for Women's Month, and something related to another medium, another art medium.
Okay, and we have Sophia, who is from the Youth Center, the Malaysian Youth Center, correct?
Yes, I'm from International Youth Center Kuala Lumpur. My name is Sofia Aneza binti Haji Shafi'i. I'm here representing my directors, Dr. Muhammad Maliki. So I'm very happy to have to enter or to join this exhibit, and this is our aim, that we can do the networking through this exhibit, because in IYC we have many programs that relate to the youth development. So this is one of the skills that we want to develop our youth in Malaysia.
So IYT Malaysia, they were one of the exhibitors that you had some crafts from
Yeah.
Sarawak, right, that you brought to.
Yes, we joined this program as ad hoc, of course, but we managed to bring our exhibit in the programs from the Sarawak merchandise, and it's very, we can sharing the craft that we make from the Sarawak to share with the others people in that exhibit.
And
Great
hopefully
stuff.
the next exhibit will be in Malaysia.
Yes, inshallah. Because
Yes, you did. Regine did mention that the next exhibition is going to be taking place in Malaysia. We're going to touch back on that shortly. I just want to hear from Ahali Idrisi. The Ababu Foundation, what is that about?
So in Morocco, there is many associations that try to help. Like Morocco is a really are really solidar people. But instead of doing charity, we decided that we wanted to have a real impact in the long term in our society. So what we did, it's we created two programs depending on the mindset of our kids. They are between 15 and 35 years old, and school dropout and without means. So what we did, we see which one has an entrepreneur mind and which one is more of an employee, and then we help them through their for an entire year with 80% of practical and 20% of theoretical. We help them either have a state recognized degree in butchery, pastry, or cooking, with which they can work in famous restaurants, in hotels, as if they had been studying that for 3 years as a normal degree. So we call it a professional degree. It's 80% internship and 20% theoretical classes. So they have a lot of experience and training, and the rest it's entrepreneurship. And we help them create their own small business and help them develop it, advertise it until it become like until they are self-sustaining.
Sustainable.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
mashallah.
we created an event agency with the lady, a mechanic that goes from house to house, electrician that goes to house with all the equipment. We have a DJ. He started just as a DJ, and now he has like more than 40 employees, and they do like festivals and stuff in just after 2 years. So we're really proud of our youth and what we help them accomplish.
Mashallah, I think the work that is being accomplished is so great, especially because it's so important to have self sustained youth who are obviously going to continue with the legacy of building and, being independent and being
Yeah.
economic, assisted. So, the launch that you guys had on the exhibition, I know you focused on climate change, etc. How was the reception for that, Regine?
I think it one of the beautiful things that came out of it is really the audience that we were able to pull together, because they came from different sectors, and that's something that I always say. They came from the diplomatic world. We had ICESCO, the Islamic World Education, Science, and Culture Organization, support us. So we had embassies from around Rabat, and then we also had the business sector, our friends from Rotary Club, and then we had youth organizations, civil society organizations, and of course the artist community. So it's really just goes to show that art is a universal language that brings different people together, and that's what Creativerse means. It means creativity world. So it's a whole world or a whole community that we're building, and we have it's not just like a simple 1 day event, because there's a social component to it through Ababu Foundation, because 15% of the proceeds go to charity. And then there's more a policy advocacy component to it, because prior to the event, we've been organizing webinars with ESESCO around climate change and with youth organizations as well. And then there's the marketplace component to it, because we were selling paintings during the event. And yeah, so it was, different lenses during Creativerse.
Mm. And I just want to hear from Sophia a bit on the focus. What was the focus of the Malaysian exhibition?
Okay, in Malaysia for right now, for the youth, our exhibitions is not very exposed, but nowadays, because of the skill for the expense skill, so the youth now, they are willing to enter all the exhibition in the not only local but also international, because our aim in the international youth center now is to get all the networking from the NGOs and also from the agencies that have the same objective, so that we can expose our youth in Malaysia to join the exhibitions like this. We are focused in RIC. We are focusing on the now. We are focusing on the development of leaderships, development of the skills, and also the youth worker. But so we hope that in the future we can expand it more in the this skill, and we can do more on SME objective to expand the commercials that the arts from Malaysia. That's all.
And what was the experience like for some of the participants from Malaysia? What was the experience like? Of course, I'm sure you've spoken to them. Excitement,
You're right.
all of these things. What was the experience like for them?
Amira, yeah, we have our representative from Malaysia, Amira. She's our students here, and Amira is uh, trying to expose the skill that she have here, and I think it's very good for Amira to have the experience from the exhibit to get further on this networking for her futures in creative.
So Amira is a watercolor visual artist, and she created a few bookmarks in collaboration with
Batik
an
as well.
Ikebana artist, which is the art of flower arrangement in Japan. So we have all these like intercultural collaborations, and then the theme was around preserving biodiversity.
Oh, beautiful. And tell me, do you think the exhibition actually met the expectations that you had set out, Regine?
Let me ask Gali about that. But I do think like I said, reception, yes, because it's the beginning. It was only one day, but
Yeah.
it's only the start.
Yeah,
Something new.
I was really happy about the exhibit as a first edition in Morocco. I think the public was here. We had a diversity of the public diversity was amazing. We had from diplomats to bank CEOs, and we did not reach our expectation in term of art that we sold, but that's just because we only did it for one day, and hopefully we can find a way to put them in art galleries to help our friends, the artists. But in overall, the event, I think, was like amazing and reached our expectations.
Alhamdulillah. And tell me, do you think the artists they embodied the Creativerse look? Did they come through with exactly what you guys needed and bringing forth the objective of climate change and all of these things? Do you think the artwork has actually done that?
I think so, yes, because we were lucky to be able to select artists that to begin with already had an environment advocacy. So and it ranged from realist art to more abstract art. Like we had and also from old, not old, but like established artists to students, to art students. So we had art students from the International University of Rabat, and at the same time we had one of the legend artists in Morocco, Wafa
With them as well.
Menzouar. And then we had Sander Pratt, which was named as, and I think you'll be interviewing him next week, right? He's also from Johannesburg. He's one of the top 10 avant-garde artists in Africa. His New World exhibit collection was more abstract around the effects of climate change on elements, on the earth elements. And at the same time, we had Idris Meskini, who is a Moroccan artist who has been living with autism, and his artworks were actually created from recycled materials. So yeah, we had a whole
Yeah.
range of
My
artists.
favorite one was him because as an autistic person, he wasn't able to express his feelings, so he expresses them through art with recycled material, and his painting were so deep. We had so much. The public was like so impressed by his paintings. So yeah. That
I
one was
think that it's really, really beautiful when people come to the art world, because the best part about it is if you are not a great communicator, verbally, you are able to communicate through your pieces, which is
Mm,
absolutely beautiful.
right.
So I did see that there was a call for content creators and digital artists. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, that was the digital part of it, which we discussed actually with Sala Media. Thank you for always supporting our initiatives. I think that was about last month, and from there we selected a few to showcase on our program booklet. And during the program, though there was a bit of a technical glitch, but the website is up. It's still asiaafricasdgs.com, and we have at least, I think, three NFT artists from Malaysia and Philippines who are featured there. And one of which was actually has a physical digital installation at the exhibit. So it exists as a woman of substance NFT online from the Philippines. And then she collaborated with one of the artists for an actual painting that was exhibited at the in Rabat at the exhibition. So I think it's a lot around, this new type of art of mixing the physical and digital world, because we came from a traditional way of seeing art. And then now our generation is, all into online coordination. But then now the question is, how do we bridge the two, like the physical and digital part? And that's what we aim to do in Creativerse, like to always have that dual component. And actually, in on Thursday, we have another digital event with ICESCO as an official side event for COP27, where we will be featuring some artworks also online. We will be opening the digital exhibit, and we'll be interviewing some artists. So I think that's 3 p.m. right? 3
yeah,
p.m.
3 p.m.
Morocco time.
Moroccan time.
Great. And tell me, I know you did mention that your guys are looking for doing the next event in Malaysia. What can we look forward to there? Has there any plans been in place yet?
Just conversations. And because the internet, maybe you could say how what the international youth center
Okay.
is. It's how many hectares? So,
Yeah. Okay, International Youth Center is one of agencies from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and our aim objective is to organizing the international programs such as the youth value, youth affairs, youth development, youth empowered skills. So I think this is one of the skills that the youth needs for in the future,
mm,
and we are here to make the networking first,
mm,
because we want to match with the agencies and NGOs years that can collaborate with us in Malaysia afterward, inshallah. And
Amazing.
so right now in IYC there are art murals already. So
yeah,
it's a good start. And they have the networks, the youth networks. Asian Youth Council is based there. We
yes,
are World Assembly of Youth, Committee for ASEAN Youth Cooperation. And we spoke to the director who's now in Malaysia, and he's also the secgen of Asian Youth Council.
yeah,
So he's met with the Pan African Youth Union, which is like the counterpart of youth councils in Africa. He's from Ghana,
yes.
and the all of us are talking about how to continue this movement in both Asia and Africa, like more not just exhibits but artist residencies,
There's so
art
many topics
installations.
there.
Yeah.
uh, because youth are not only focusing on previous the same uh, same things that previous generation do. So we need to expand what is the needness of youth nowadays. So this is one of the youth need in, I think, not only in Malaysia but all over the world.
Alhamdulillah. It seems like the future of the Creativerse is quite bright, inshallah. We will be seeing more of this, more of these exhibitions
Maybe in
as
South Africa too.
Yeah,
of course, you guys need to come here. You are like literally staying on the other side of Africa. We also want to see and enjoy all of this as well. Inshallah, hopefully, you guys do come up with events in South Africa as well. We'd love to be there for you guys. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. It's been an
Thanks
Thank
for
absolute
having
you.
pleasure. I wish you guys all the best with your future projects. Jazakallah so much for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you very much.
you. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Have a
Care.
good day. That was all the way from Morocco for the Museum, the Creativerse exhibition that was happening in Morocco. We are now going to take a quick short break, and when we come back, my journey to Islam. Don't go anywhere.